Well, Dr. Layla McCay is Director of International Relations at the NHS Confederation, which represents organisations across the healthcare sector. Hello, Dr. McCay.
Hi there.
So the National Audit Office then has praised the government. It said there's an enormous amount of work that has, that's been done already, but it said there is still significant gaps. What kind of things risk being a problem?
Well, while there's been all this extensive preparation, I think that what we're seeing is that even now we don't have all the information we could have about the readiness of medicines, medical devices, clinical consumable items. So, for example, we know that as of right now, 31% of the medicine suppliers have not actually updated the government on where they are with their stockpiling status. And if we look back to where we were the last time it was coming up to Brexit date, at this stage, there was only 5% that hadn't reported. So I think it's a bit concerning that we don't have that level of detail. There's also quite a lot of concern around the social care sector. While there's great visibility into what's going on within the NHS, within the social care sector, the report that we saw published today shows that there's very little insight into how ready they are. There's 24,000 social care providers in England alone, and it looks like the government doesn't actually have a great deal of information about their readiness.
Yeah, and I mean, this might sound like a basic question, but I suppose it's where we're starting at. When we say ready, what do we mean? What's the definition of ready, that you've got stuff stockpiled for a week, a month?
The concept of readiness is a really big concept that covers lots of things, not just medicines and devices. The report that was published today really focuses down on those things. So it's not just, is there a stockpile somewhere, but are all the processes in place and people are clear about where they're going to go to get the things that they need. So in terms of if you need an item, is it available in stockpile is one question, but also what's it looking like in terms of how efficiently you're going to be able to get it over from the EU? Are there particular routes that they can use that are going to be efficient? Are there going to be freight available so that people can put those medicines on? Are they going to be stuck in a queue, or are they going to be prioritised in some kind of system to get them onto the ships in an efficient way? There's lots of different ways to prepare to make sure that we're ready for Brexit, and if those are not all in place, then that risks patients being able to get access to these things. Okay. Stockpiling is one aspect of that, and I think that that's the aspect that we really see a lot of detail in the report that was published today.
We got a statement from a spokesman from the Department of Health and Social Care. Says we want to reassure patients we're doing everything we can, that the government along with industry had mounted an unprecedented response in preparing for Brexit, with stockpiles increasing by the day. This is all in case of a no-deal Brexit, though, isn't it? Because if there is a deal, then presumably these channels that work at the moment will continue to work the way they do now.
That is absolutely right. If there is a negotiated deal, then things will pretty much continue smoothly on, and then over time they will change to whatever the new system is agreed to be. It's only really in the case of a no-deal Brexit that everything just stops the way that it currently works, which is where we might end up with some challenges, and that's what the government is spending all this time, effort and money planning towards.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Layla McCay. We will be talking much more about this, no doubt, over the next month or so. No deal Brexit preparation. We did it back in March, and we'll be doing it again, looking at all of these various different sectors and seeing what kind of work's being done. It's just coming around to 5 to 6.